Hey, what's going on guys? It's Sinister Skate here, and today I'm going to be sharing a very effective way to reduce recoil in Black Ops 3. Now apparently there were some behind the scenes tweaks in the last major update like 2-3 weeks ago, and one of those tweaks was that the Varix 3 Recon Thermal and BO3 optics now reduce recoil. And they reduced it a lot. Now, I had no clue about this until I watched a YouTube video from Drifter earlier this week. So, credit to him and whoever he credited in that video and things like that. But if you guys want more stats, I'll link that video down below in the description. But I have some gameplay clips to show you the comparisons of what these different sights do to your recoil, because it's really insane. And for those of you that are unaware of this, it'll definitely change your gameplay in your classes for sure. So, the Varix 3, Recon, and Thermal sights all reduce recoil by themselves. Now, I have clips and screenshots comparing the recoil spreads of, I believe, the Man of War, HVK, VMP, and Dingo in the background as I talk. And all these tests are done simply by just holding the trigger down and spraying at the same wall. So I'm not like burst firing, just holding the trigger down, or the bumper, whatever you want to call it, and letting the gun just spray and pray. For these first tests, I believe Man of War is on the left and HVK is on the right. And you can tell which sight's being used in the screenshot and clips by the sight on the gun by itself, and the text description at the bottom right of the screen. Now, most of these weapons have a decent amount of recoil to them, and I tested this with the Red Dot and Elo, and those two sights don't do anything to recoil. Now, the other four definitely do. Now, when you throw on any of these four sights that I mentioned, the recoil becomes minimal. There's no doubt about it. Like, if you look at these comparisons, it's crazy. Now, apparently, they reduce the recoil better than the foregrip even reduces recoil, and we'll talk about the foregrip in a moment as soon as I get these comparisons done. But, I mean, just simply look at the VMP, dude. The recoil goes all the way up the wall, and the Varix just simply does magic and keeps the recoil just in this tight area on the wall, and the Dingo just becomes a laser. I don't know if it's up on the screen or anything, but, like, the recoil reduction is crazy. And again, this is for the Varix 3 Recon and Thermal sights. I'm separating these three from the BO3 because these optics have to be just equipped by themselves. If you equip foregrip with them, foregrip will actually cancel the effect. Just for some comparison, hopefully the comparisons are done on screen right now, but here's what the foregrip looks like compared to the raw gun with no attachments. So there's your, we'll throw up the Man of War just for some tests. So you got the raw Man of War spread, then you got the foregrip Man of War spread, and then I'll probably throw up the Varix sight Man of War spread on the thing just so you can see some comparisons. But the optics again have to be equipped by themselves. If you add foregrip with, say, the Varix, you're going to be in the foregrip reduction and not the Varix. It's not going to be anything by itself. So there's no reason to combine the Varix and the foregrip. You're not going to be getting any extra recoil reduction. Now, this isn't the same for the BO3 sight. I'm just going to be calling it the BOA because that's what I've always been calling it. The BOA by itself doesn't reduce recoil as much as the Varix 3 Recon and Thermal sights, but it is the only optic out of these four that stacks with foregrip, so nothing cancels, so you can get the effect of the BOA optic combined with the foregrip effect for even more recoil reduction. And personally, this is what I like to run because I like the Elo or the Red Dot sight because it's like a pinpoint accurate thing, and the BOA 3 sight out of these is pretty much the most similar to my Elo or Red Dot sight. The Varix works for me sometimes if I'm not going to be playing as aggressive, but I definitely prefer the BOA because it's like a Red Dot sight. It even gives you the additional thing of like highlighting enemies and friendlies on like different color schemes, and you can get even more recoil reduction by adding foregrip with it. So that's my preference. The thermal is a no-go for me because it takes off aim assist, and I simply don't like that. But that's pretty much how you can reduce recoil a lot with one attachment, do it even more with two attachments. It's pretty crazy. It can change your game, and it's interesting to see if this was like an intentional change. This effect has been in the game for a couple weeks now. They may end up patching it. We don't know. I'll check the description for the latest update. I'll let you guys know if they change anything or not. But as of right now, these things work, and it's pretty crazy. So that's how you can reduce some recoil with the optics. Varix 3, Recon, Thermal, and BOA. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something new, because I've already went through and changed all my classes to add some of these sights because it's pretty awesome. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to the Black Ops 3 content if you aren't already. Like if you liked it, dislike it, disliked it. I'm Sinister Skate, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.